So, I've pretty much downloaded all the trailers that were linked for me on Discord, and I really want to go through the trailers that were played today because obviously I was at work, so I missed out on watching them live. I really wanted to, but unfortunately, I am a corpo slave in real life, and then hopefully, if we have some time, we can play some more Cyberpunk 2077. If that doesn't happen, we will play some Cyberpunk 2077 tomorrow because tomorrow the weekend live stream, so we'll play about 2 hours of that, and then we'll play 2 hours of Hive Swap Friend Sim. Uh, thank you, thank you. We got an emote thanks to We Are Too Lazy. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated. 2 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can I think? Oh, wait, did we get a 2020? Oh my god, we got an emote. Oh my god, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. We got that little emote rivalry, the little crown. And then after that, we're going to play Hive Swap Friend Sim for a few hours. And then Sunday, we have Cyberpunk 2077 again. And then Monday, we have Anime Monday, which is Fire Emblem Three Houses, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and Assassination Classroom. So, yesterday's Cyberpunk 2077 stream was a bonus. Today's live stream is a bonus. So, enjoy the 5 days of live streaming as a row because it doesn't actually happen very often. All right, so let's kick off straight away so that we don't spend too much time sort of discussing, because I've been tweeting about it all day. Even while I was at work and in the middle of meetings, I was sort of watching the Twitter feed and watching the Discord feed, and then in real time as the awards were being announced, I sort of retweeted and I commented. We saw that, of course, Ghost of Tsushima won the Player Choice Award because it was the most recognized, most celebrated, most voted for, most played, most purchased game in this year. So, of course it won the Player Choice Award. And then we've had the best soundtrack or the best musical score, which was won by Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I completely agree with. Final Fantasy's soundtrack was phenomenal. And then they gave best direction to I think they gave best direction as well to Ghost of Tsushima, which is really good considering how gripping the story was and how emotionally impactful it was, particularly because of how emotionally impactful it was. It was great to see a Western studio have a Japanese style game and story that felt so authentic. It's kind of like Western developers tell a Japanese story better than the Japanese, whereas the Japanese are really good at telling Western stories. It's kind of one of these they've kind of swapped places, so it's really interesting. And then they gave, I think, best story to The Last of Us Part 2, even though most of its fan base criticized the game for having a bad story. So you can definitely tell there's something off there. And then, of course, the game that had the most controversy, the most complaints, and the lowest score for a AAA title of the year wins Game of the Year. It is also the game that they won't let you trade in towards a PlayStation 5 or trade in towards Cyberpunk 2077 because they have so many used copies that no one wants to buy. And you can still pick up the collected editions for them at multiple stores, even here in Sydney. Because so many people said, nah, I don't want it. So, yeah. Like I said, the only reason the Player Choice Award even exists is because they knew everyone would cancel the Game Awards had they not created it, because everyone knows that it's rigged. It's not chosen by players at all. It does not reflect the opinions nor the votes from players at all. It's based entirely on journalists who themselves are biased and half the time review games without even playing them. Funny how the world works. Anyways, let's get started with the trailers that were released today. I heard a little bit of controversy surrounding the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate trailer because apparently it has spoilers. So I'm going to have to ask you your opinions on that one because I've only ever played Final Fantasy VII Remake. I haven't played any of the other ones. So you guys are going to let me know what kind of spoiler it is. Other than that, we've got Perfect Dark Reveal trailer, Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection. I've never played or seen the original. Arc 2, Evil Dead, the game. Evil West, Back for Blood gameplay, Endless Dungeon, The Next Dragon Age. I've definitely heard of Dragon Age. That's a big one. Fist Forged in Shadow, Crimson Desert, The next Mass Effect, I'm definitely going to want to see that one. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, obviously. NieR Replicant version, I'm not counting all those numbers, but definitely want to see that one. Medal of Honor Above and Beyond, that will be interesting. Medal of Honor used to be really popular a few years ago when I used to play FPS. Ruined King, Humankind, Scarlet Nexus, Among Us airship map reveal. Now, I was so pleasantly surprised to find out that Among Us is like a spin-off based off the Henry Stickmin collection. So, fuck my life. I actually want to play Among Us again. Not only because it is just like a shitpost of a game, but because Henry Stickmin. I mean, Henry Stickmin, guys. Which, in my opinion, is a very underrated game considering how fun it was. We had so much fun. Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection, I seem to have 2 folders for that. Just don't watch it till the very end. That's really it. Pause before the last 10 to 15 seconds. I mean, I can definitely do that. I haven't played Final Fantasy. You won't get the references, so you're safe. Oh, okay. So it's kind of one of those things that you only know it's a spoiler if you know it's a spoiler. Otherwise, you have no idea what's going on. In which case, would it not have been 10 times smarter to not mention that it has spoilers as to not bring attention to them? Because now that I'm aware there are spoilers, I'm paying extra attention. See what I'm getting at? Yeah. The creator said something about finally taking Danganronpa 4 that would be Danganronpa 19. And, well, see the game of the kid from the trailer of Game 53. I'm not going to say anything, but remember, not everyone has played all the Danganronpa games, so shh. The Smash Ultimate reveals the final form of the final boss. You mean that's not even his final form? God, he's going to be Frieza. They are technically connected, as one of the bios mentions that the person has a planet named after them, and one of the maps in Among Us has the same name, Polus. I mean, I know that the little plushies are throughout Henry Stickmin, and the little plushies turn out to be the guys from Among Us. And there's an airship map. So, like, that's all you need. I don't even care about the hidden lore at the back. I just like the fact that it's in the same universe. I don't know much about Final Fantasy VII, but I wouldn't watch after the Smash logo at the end of the trailer. Okay, that's fucking easy. Pause at the Smash logo at the end. Sweet. I just kept saying that they need to put Dante and Virgil in Smash for multiple reasons. Devil May Cry, apart from being a massive fucking series, would fit perfectly into Super Smash Bros. Because you've got sword wielders such as Link, and other people. And they are technically on the Nintendo Switch with Devil May Cry 3 on the Nintendo Switch. On top of that, you've got both Dante and Virgil. That would be really fun with similar gameplay, you know, one having guns for range, the other one having swords. They would be different enough but similar enough that it makes sense to put them in a combination. And then Virgil is kind of like one of the only people that can take on Sephiroth to begin with. Because, you know, from playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, Sephiroth was a pain in the ass, and he was really the only challenge that I had throughout that game. And Virgil is kind of the same. You can kind of go through the entire Devil May Cry game without once hitting the continue screen, and then you come up to Virgil. And it's like, fuck. So, you know, that's what he's known for. So it only makes sense to do the whole Godzilla and be like, let them fight. And it only makes sense to let them fight in Super Smash Bros. I mean, let them fight. You know, they both like using giant katanas. Let them. Okay. Now you got me into the game. I completely agree. Dante and Virgil would be awesome. They freaking would be. I recommend you play the Song of Memories. It's a really good game that you may like. Is that one of the trailers? I don't see that name here. No, it doesn't seem to be one of the trailers that was revealed today. If Dante gets in, he would definitely have the Royal Guard as a special move. You guys are gonna laugh. I never used Royal Guard. I played DMC 3, 4, 5. I never used Royal Guard once. I know, right? I'm probably underutilizing the mechanics of the game, but it is what it is. Okay, let's get started with the trailer reactions before we just go absolutely nuts and get absolutely nothing done. So let's just jump straight into it, enjoy it. I will edit out as much as I humanly can tonight, and we'll get started. Did I get your trailers? I read out the trailers that I downloaded. Anything that was posted after my last comment, basically isn't downloaded. So I downloaded all the trailers with the Game Awards 2020, which were posted today. Okay, let's get started. Let's get started. Let me get that screen on. Bam, I got it working. See, Kuma can get stuff working. I couldn't get it working yesterday because the PlayStation 5 was hooked up to the screen, and I couldn't, for the love of God, get the reaction screen to work. But now that the computer is only connected to the computer and the PlayStation 5 is separate, it works perfectly fine. By the way, the thing is freaking massive. Look at this thing. It is as big as my freaking computer. See, that is my computer for reference, right? You can tell because it's got a pride parade, right? And then there's this giant fucking thing. Even Hutchins said, it's so big. And I was just like, wow. Oh, God, I'm still a little kid. Have you ever played The World's End With You? No, I haven't. The games that I've played, they're on the YouTube channel. If they're not, I probably haven't played them. Whew. Okay, let's get started. Which way do we do this? Well, I am very excited for NieR Replicant, so let's jump straight into that. Don't worry, I don't believe it has spoilers at all, considering that it's a 1-minute trailer. I think it's going to be awesome. So let's watch the NieR Replicant trailer. By the way, this is one of those games that we will play on launch. 1, I really enjoyed NieR Automata. 2, I really enjoyed watching the analysis of the games made by... what was his name? Mr. Clems. And 3, Yoko Taro actually follows us on Twitter. Because I said I actually saw him here in Sydney the first time when he was at the anime convention, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on and what that thing on his head was and why there were so many girls wearing leather with giant swords walking around and with blindfolds. And then I basically said, well, shit, if I knew that was you, I would have said hi, but I had never played NieR at that time. Great game, by the way. He ended up following us, so, cool guy. Really like him. So, we're going to play this on launch 100%. I hear that it is a remake in the same way that Final Fantasy VII Remake is a remake, if you get what I mean. Alright, let's get started. Oh yeah, you can definitely see the NieR Automata in it. Balls everywhere. Wait, was that a counter block? Oh, yeah, a beautiful song is playing at the back of my mind. What is it with Japanese people and balls in their games? This is what I imagine Dark Souls to be. Pre-order now. I did see that they have a special collector's edition for the PlayStation 4. I was hoping, fingers crossed, that they would have a PlayStation 5 version, but a little bit like NieR, sorry, not NieR Automata, but Cyberpunk 2077. I'm kind of hoping that they effectively make the PlayStation 5 version a downloadable patch that boosts certain settings. As we've heard, Cyberpunk 2077 runs very poorly on the base editions of the PlayStation 4. It sort of runs okay on the PlayStation 4 Pro, and it runs smooth as butter on the PlayStation 5. I can attest to that. I'm hoping that in the same way, NieR Replicant runs on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Pro, but is able to run on a 4K resolution, smooth as butter, with all the goodies added on as well, and that can simply be an online patch. So the disc itself doesn't have to contain any more data, but simply once you plug it into a PlayStation 5, it gets that free upgrade, graphics-wise, from an online patch. That would make the most sense to me. But then again, Japanese companies are Japanese companies, and they are viciously known for forcing you to pay twice for the same thing, and they love their DLCs. So we'll see how that goes. That being said, I've sort of promised myself to not buy collector's editions, because as you can see in the background, I bought the Doom Eternal one because of the Doom helmet. I've got the bloody inverted controls. There you go. You've got World of Warcraft Cataclysm. No, wrong way. You've got Assassin's Creed 2 Black Edition. You've got Metal Gear Solid 4 Collector's Edition. You've got some of the original World of Warcraft's Collector's Editions, a few things. A Warcraft free Throws and Throne thing that is no longer available anywhere. And of course, Hutchins Pink Bear made from roses. So if I keep buying any more collector editions, I'm completely going to run out of room. So I'm basically telling myself, don't buy collector's editions unless there's something that you might actually use. Like, say, for example, the Doom helmet if I ever want to cosplay Doom guy. So that is kind of my new rule. That being said, I do kind of have a few collector's editions for other games that aren't on display, including Devil May Cry 4. I've got the original Metal Gear Solid 2, 3, Subsistence, and other things like that. 2 copies of Metal Gear Solid 1, and all these other goodies that I've collected that are just sitting there on the shelf collecting dust. I don't want to keep doing that, but if it's something cool like a cosplay item, I really do regret not buying the collector's edition of Ghost of Tsushima, but you live, you learn. I'm not going to buy collector's editions. I know it looks cool with a collector's edition, but I kind of don't want to. And then at the same time, I have to take into account that Australia, for whatever reason, has much more strict censoring. So some things in Australian edition of games are a lot more censored, including gameplay stuff. So if you play something like Hellblade 1 or South Park, The Stick of Truth, or The Fractured Butthole, they literally censor certain scenes. Funnily enough, sexually explicit scenes, because, in Australia, apparently genitals are bad. It's kind of ironic that a country made up of convicts are so sensitive. But anyway, what do I know about logic? Whew! Okay. Yes. NieR Replicant. I'm looking at the chat to see if anyone said anything cool regarding NieR. Did I miss anything? Did I get anything wrong? I don't think that I did. Yeah, it looks all good. Like I was saying, you could definitely see the NieR Automata, the slickness of the combat, the dodging, the counter, the block. You could definitely see it very NieR Automata. And I was very lucky earlier this year to actually play MGS Rising, which was what was made by the same development team as NieR Automata prior to NieR Automata. So I could actually see that evolution of the combat system. So I can only imagine the same gap between MGS Rising to NieR Automata as the gap between NieR Automata to NieR Replicant. That being said, it's going to look absolutely beautiful, and I really hope that they utilize all the hardware capabilities of the PlayStation 5 by putting as many moving particles on the screen as possible. Knowing them, they're probably going to put 10,000 balls on the screen. And knowing how many triangles they put in 2B's ass, I certainly hope they put that much dedication into something else. Did you see the Cyberpunk Collector Edition unboxing? No, I didn't. I just returned from work a little bit prior, and I started this as soon as I could. Okay, we've done the NieR Replicant trailer. Since Matt's here, let's jump into the Mass Effect trailer. As you know, I played Mass Effect 1 earlier this year, absolutely blind. I haven't played 2. I haven't played 3. I'm not really familiar with the storyline beyond 1, but I was told explicitly not to play Mass Effect 2 or 3 yet because a remake might be on the way, which was announced during N7, November 7, which is the official day for Mass Effect. And now we have this, the next Mass Effect official teaser. So, let's enjoy it and see what it's all about. Oh, wait, I gotta put the screen on. No, wrong one. Damn it, Kuma, come on, you have one job, man.
We know now that in the early years of the 20th century, this world was being watched.
Roger, copy. Eagle, Houston, you're a go for landing, over.
Structure station. Unknown vessel approaching. We need first contact protocols.
Humanity now stands as partners in the galaxy. Hawk 6 is away. Godspeed.
Is that a gate?
Is anyone receiving this? We've lost contact. Do not be readings all across space.
Oh, now I remember. So that's what they meant by the next Mass Effect. It's a sequel. And that looks like that doctor lady whose name I forgot that we bow wow chicka wow wowed before the final mission. And then throughout watching that, I remembered, wait, is that the gate? Wait, I remember the ship. Oh God, they're in the middle of dark space. Oh no, they want to kill everything that's living and dead. You need to tell me something? All right, type it out real quick. Type it out real quick. Whew. I really want to get the remake of 2 and 3. I know, I'm a little bit of a graphics whore, but come on, bear with me. If I'm going to play something, I want to play it in the best gameplay and graphics possible. I'm definitely going to try a different gameplay style from pew 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 like we did in Mass Effect 1. Although Mass Effect 1 was really fun. The story was the most fun part. The twist was really nice. It was really nice. So I'm looking forward to 2 and 3. I remember hearing that the ending to Mass Effect 3 had a lot of controversy because apparently it was really, really bad. And then they went out and through a DLC created an alternate ending. So it's going to be interesting. So I'm guessing this is sort of continuing on from that alternate ending. I'll be perfectly honest, I only caught the end of the Game Awards because I was too busy playing something. BOTW, I don't know what that is. This is one of the few times I cried. I broke down in tears of joy. That's how much this means to me. I can imagine. I can imagine. I can imagine. I would probably be the same if I heard news that Konami sold the Metal Gear IP to Sony and they gave it to Kojima Productions. Like, I would probably cry. I would probably cry too. This has nothing to do with the Game Awards, but Perfona's 5 Strikers is actually available for pre-order. Yes, I know. They officially announced it a couple of days after we reacted to the trailer. That's what happens when you upload the trailer on the internet. Once something is uploaded to the internet, there's no taking it down. I'm just saying. BOTW is Breath of the Wild. Zelda. I haven't actually played Zelda. I played one Zelda game once, but I got stuck with a wooden sword and killing chickens, and a witch kept crashing into me on the Game Boy because I couldn't speak English and I had no idea how to get past the first dungeon. Pretty embarrassing, but that's the extent of my Zelda experience. Alright, we've watched Mass Effect, we've watched NieR. Let's watch the Among Us spaceship, because the Henry Stickmin collection was just beautiful. I can already tell you this is after Mass Effect 3. I can imagine. True, but that was the trailer that came out. Pre-orders didn't come out till today. Fair enough. I'll be honest with you. Here in Australia, when it comes to pre-orders, you're better off not pre-ordering. I'll tell you why. Whenever you pre-order something, you get it late. When you don't pre-order, you turn up in the store and you just buy it on the spot. And sometimes certain stores start selling stock before the street date, which is how we got Final Fantasy VII Remake a week early. So had we pre-ordered, it would have arrived a week later. But since I didn't pre-order, I could just walk into the store and buy it. Just saying. Just saying. So nice to live in the future. God bless time zones. Alright, here we go. I know this ship. Top hat. Top hat?
Welcome, recruit. Get yourself acquainted with the layout of the Top Hat airship. Enough slacking. Go do your tasks. You may need to take a ladder to get to certain areas, or maybe just take a nice shortcut. Quit grouping up. Choose a room to start in after a meeting. Someone keeps trying to sabotage us. Stop their plan. Keep your eyes peeled. We definitely have an imposter here.
Henry! Alright. God damn it! The video wasn't on! Kuma, you had one job. Alright, I'm not turning the video off anymore. I try to be nice and turn the video off. I can always edit it in and sync it with the sound, but I'll just play it again. Look, I was trying to be cool and turn it off when I'm talking, so it's not just sitting there like a lot of other lazy people, but clearly my attention span is... Well, it's Friday afternoon, and I had to present early this morning to a billion-dollar company, and they apparently really liked my presentation, so I'm absolutely tired. I am drained. I am running on pure caffeine right now. Okay, I'm just going to play and we're going to rewatch it. You know why? Because why not? Bit alerts are not for 1 bit. They were supposed to not even work for 1 bit a while ago. They were supposed to work for, I think, 100 or more bits or 350 or more bits. That's to stop abuse of bit spamming. All right, let's continue. Let's just rewatch it really quickly because it was really cool. It's really cool, okay? Among Us is one of those games that you sort of play for the shits and giggles with your community.
Welcome, recruit. Get yourself acquainted with the layout of the Toppat airship. Enough slacking. Go do your tasks. You may need to take a ladder to get to certain areas. Or maybe just take a nice shortcut. Quit grouping up. Choose a room to start in after a meeting. Someone keeps trying to sabotage us. Stop their plan. Keep your eyes peeled. We definitely have an imposter here.
I love that. I love that. I love that. The right-hand man. Oh man, it would be utter hell to play this game online because people would just leave when they don't get Imposter. I only got Imposter a handful of times. I still have to edit out all the live streams that we had. But I only got it a handful of times and it's fun as shit. But I definitely wouldn't play this game online with randos because there's so many dicks on the internet that would just ruin it for people. But yeah, the new kill animation is just awesome. And it's so perfect given the theme, you know, with the top hats. And I think playing this game again is going to have a whole new meaning considering I've finished the Henry Stickmin collection. I mean, prior to the Henry Stickmin collection, I picked what looked cool, you know, and I would create my own characters. Now that I've played the Henry Stickmin collection, it's a whole new world. Remember I killed in front of you and got everyone to vote you off? Do I? I don't know. I'll have to edit it out. It's been a while. I can't remember those moments. But either way, oh my god, Among Us, it's nice. It's nice. All right, let's see what else we have. The perfect dark reveal trailer. No idea what this is. Not even this is giving us very much to work with, but you know what? Why not? Let's see what this is all about. Oh god, Xbox. Ain't no one got time for that. Anyone notice how like the video for the trailer was a bit laggy?
Changed. The floods, the storms, the fires, people dying in the streets. The corporations gave us solutions. A better world. And we welcome them into our lives. But the laws of nature aren't meant to be broken. We need to know what they're hiding.
Cruel world.
What on earth?
Did you find the answers you were looking for, Agent Dark?
Not yet. This is just the beginning.
I was going to say, do you play as a drone the entire time? Because that would be interesting, because I've never even piloted a drone. Jiggy's barking. I've never even so much as piloted a drone. Perfect Dark was a spiritual successor to GoldenEye 007 for Nintendo 64. I've never played GoldenEye 007, but I heard that it was like the game for Nintendo 64 beside, I think it was Pokemon Stadium and Super Smash Brothers. And Mario Kart and like Mario Tennis and stuff. This is one of the top games in Nintendo 64. Okay. So it's got a lot of nostalgia behind it, which is kind of interesting that it's coming out exclusively on Xbox. What came to mind to me as soon as I saw the Xbox logo? Do you guys remember that South Park 3-4 episodes that they had during the PlayStation 4 launch and the Xbox launch, and how it was a parody of Game of Thrones? That came to mind. And how Sony pulls the dirty on Xbox. That kind of happened now with PlayStation 5, didn't it? Xbox was like Xbox. And then PlayStation 5 is like, by the way, we're releasing it in a month. And then Xbox is like, wait, what? Those sneaky Japanese. They really pulled the dirty on Xbox, didn't they? Random thought, Kuma. Do you think we'll do another manga stream? Probably. Like I said before, it's the type of game that you play with people. And it's the type of game that you play for shits and giggles with the community. And it doesn't hurt. We have it. And it's really accessible. It's easy. It's not expensive. You can play it on mobile telephone. You can play it on computer. You can play it on a million other things. It's one of those games that's really easily accessible and really easy to sort of get people to play. It's like the perfect game. We tried Super Smash Brothers. Unfortunately, it was only people that had the Wii that could play. It was fun, but it was unfortunate. And then we tried other games. But Among Us is one of those games that's really easy. It's basically, you got a smartphone, you could play it. It's really easy. Why am I getting a call now? I'm on live stream. Sorry, it's actually Oppa. Hey, mate, I'm just on live stream and I've put you on speaker. Is everything cool?
Yeah, sorry, man. I was just gonna ask about your car, but I can call back later.
Yeah. It's no rush. By the way, everyone's saying congratulations on getting married.
Oh, thank you very much, live stream.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
All right. See you, George.
See ya. Bye. As you guys know, he got married 2 weeks ago. Good stuff. I'm looking forward to playing with the Henry Stickmin skins, because that would be really fun. It would be really fun. All right, what else do we have? Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection. When I say Resurrection, it's probably one of those games from the 90s that I never played. Kuma, read my post. This is one of the top games, okay? Well, Microsoft bought Rare, the company that developed Perfect Dark. Fair enough. Perfect Dark was one of the first games to add AI multiplayer. They had 5 or 6 different levels of difficulty. You could just practice verse 7 AI. Fair enough. All right. Let's watch Ghosts and Goblins. Ghosts and Goblins sounds like one of the... It sounds similar to Worms or Battle Frogs or Battle Toads or whatever. It sounds like one of those computer games from the 90s that I never got into because I never had a computer in those days. I had a Sega, though. All right, let's just watch and see what it's all about. Capcom? Oh, hell yeah. Oh my god, this looks ridiculously hard. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. This looks like one of those games. Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Coming February 21, free download. Includes 1943, The Battle of Midway as a free download. I was going to say, it looks like one of those games where if you die, you got to start from the beginning. Yeah. Yeah. I remember I had, back on Sega, there was Ninja Turtles that we played like that. There was, like, Aladdin that we played like that. And then there was... Later, when I got PlayStation 1, Mickey's Adventure or something that you play like that. There's basically no save. Once you run out of lives, you got to start from the beginning. Like, it's one of those things. Whew! You know what? I could tell you now that people are going to complain about there not being an easy mode. You know why? Because people nowadays expect the easy way in life. Well, too bad. That's not how life works. Alright, Arc 2 cinematic trailer. Let's do this. Every kid from the 80s has Vietnam flashbacks. This does not surprise me. I'd also have Vietnam flashbacks if I struggled on games like that. Alright, here we go. Arc 2. Oh wait, this is that game where you make creatures and stuff. Ah, Jesus.
It's time to go.
Oh my god, it's Vin Diesel. Why is he not driving a car? Don't worry, there'll be a car at some point. Cars in space, cars on the moon, cars in the jungle. It's gonna happen. Damn it! Darwinism, the smart one died. That explains SJWs. I love how she's making fun of the dinosaur despite her only being saved by an adult getting eaten alive by it. She's in no position to be making fun of the dinosaur. What the F is this technology doing here?
Lights out, old friend.
Alright, I've got a few things to say, then I'll read your comments, and I saw one that said it looks like someone took game assets and tried to make a video game. This is very true. One thing I noticed with the combat was that there is absolutely no weight to the physics. The way they're hurling the spears and stabbing them, there's absolutely no resistance, no weight, no momentum, and nothing. And it just makes it feel like everything's made of paper. As someone that actually does martial arts, it looks shit. It looks like a movie from the 90s when they're trying to do Power Rangers style combat with weapons, you know? A very cartoony thing meant for kids. Like, this is not something that you should just release in 2020 among, you know, the other titles and be like, look at our awesome combat. It's like, dude. This is not actual gameplay, though. It's a cinematic trailer. Especially for a cinematic trailer, you would hope that there would be a little bit of weight behind what you're seeing. Because it just feels like paper, you know? Like, it feels like the objects have no weight. It just feels off for me the entire time watching it. Looks a little robotic. Yeah, I guess in a sense you could say that way. It looks like someone took game assets and tried to do an animated film. Yep, so this is Arc 2. Survival game Arc. This is not actual gameplay. Your twin daughters will fight better than that. Oh, fuck yeah, they will. Fuck yeah, they will. Hope this is just in beta. Man, honestly, this looks like one of those things where you hire a celebrity to try to sell something that's not actually good. You know how back in the day, like, they would get a celebrity and they would put him on the cover of the game, and then you would boot up the game and it's a pile of shit that looks nothing like the cover? This is what that looks like. That being said, I do know Vin Diesel plays World of Warcraft. He plays a gnome mage. I know, right? And Ronda Rousey plays a Death Knight. I mean, I guess after throwing her last fight and cashing up, she can kind of retire at this point and just play World of Warcraft. Your twin daughters will kill it before taunting it. Well, my twin daughters will know that a T-Rex's vision works on movement, and they won't scream at it. Anyways. Kuma, I hope you realize you just agreed that you will have twin daughters. Have you finally agreed you will? Les Enfants Terribles. For the world. Alright, we've seen Arc 2. Evil Dead, the game. See, I don't even know what Evil Dead is. Holding a chainsaw one-handed would not work very well. Plus, chainsaws would, like, jam so easily. But, you know, what would I know about melee weapons? Evil Dead! The trailer!
I had a real life once. I had a wonderful girlfriend, Linda. Together we drove to a small cabin in the mountains. Necronomicon Ex Mortis, the book of the dead. It seems an archaeologist had come to this remote place to translate and study his latest find. It was never meant for the world of the living. The book awoke something dark in the woods. It took Linda. And then it came for me.
Okay, this tells me absolutely nothing. Yeah, I know what a Necronomicon does, the book that was written by the Mad Arrow. But anyway, It looks like one of those sandbox multiplayer games that you play with people that has absolutely no story. And you just play for shits and giggles. But, one question. What the fuck is that guy in the full suit of knight armor doing? And like, if you're gonna wear a full suit of knight armor, shouldn't you wear the gloves? Like, you know, if you're trying not to get bitten by zombies, shouldn't you wear gloves? I've never seen Evil Dead. No, I've never seen Evil Dead. Oh, trust me, it's worse than you are thinking. Oh, God. Why have you never seen Evil Dead? This is what I love about Americans. They assume that shit that's popular in America is popular in the rest of the world. No one outside of America knows what Evil Dead even is. What do you mean it's from the past? That makes even less sense.
It was never meant for the world of the living. The book awoke something dark in the woods.
Are they zombies or werewolves?
It took Linda.
He looks like he's like one of those guys out of a 70s movie. He looks like he should be with bloody, what's his name in Greece? You know who I'm talking about. Okay, she's got a rifle. He's got something.
And then it came for me.
Okay, so you've got a chainsaw in one hand, so you've got absolutely no balance on that thing, and you'll swing wild. And then you've got a double-barrel shotgun that you virtually can't reload without risking cutting off your own arm. What's your game plan? No, his hand is the chainsaw. What? What? Oh my god, this is one of those fucking pre-90s horror films where you could get away with shit like that. Oh, his hand is the chainsaw. That's so cool! That is so fucking stupid. Watch the movie. Yeah, sure, when I have time. And another thing. This guy's swinging so hard and overcommitting with this sword. You would not swing so hard and overcommit with this sword. Because this is the sword you carry when you're carrying a heavy shield. If you're using a sword, you then use a broadsword, which is like two-handed. You don't use a single-handed sword without... You know what? What the fuck do I know? Shit's weird. Alright, Evil West. Please, for the love of God, don't be another, like, zombie flick, pre-90s movie thing that no one takes seriously. Evil West. Let me guess, zombies in the West.
You can run for a long time. Sooner or later they'll hunt you down. Father Almighty, let me tell you the news with my midnight dues. Took my head and it held it tight and said,
Okay, this is basically either Van Helsing or Devil May Cry in the Wild Wild West. Let's face it, that's what it is. That is what it is. And what's really gonna make it or break it is the soundtrack. If it's got a good soundtrack, people will get behind it. If it's not, it's not even gonna get off the runway. We all know that's how it works. We all know that's how it works. Evil Dead is a 70s era horror who is considered a classic for being more funny than scary. That sounds about right. That era was known either for horror that was absolutely terrifying and will cause nightmares for generations upon generations, or horror that you could simply not take seriously because it was just that silly, you know? It's either one or the other. They had extremes on both sides. They had gore that was like fucked up, right? And then they had horror which was just like, get out of here sort of thing, you know? Love the cover of God's Gonna Cut You Down by Johnny Cash. I swear Marilyn Manson did a cover for that as well. Otherwise, he made a song that sounds very similar to that. Funnily enough, Marilyn Manson's girlfriend, who he dated since she was 18, is filing a lawsuit against him. And in the lawsuit, she says that Marilyn Manson, the rocker, you know, known as the Antichrist superstar, hid a drug and alcohol problem from her. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The guy that literally wrote the song, I Don't Like the Drugs Like Me, in the album Antichrist Superstar, apparently has a drug and alcohol problem. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? It's not like he mentions his extended drug usage throughout his teens and early 20s in his autobiography Long Hard Road Out of Hell, or mentions multiple times during interviews that he likes to paint with a vial of literal LSD acid next to him, and occasionally he dips his paintbrush into it accidentally while he's drinking acid while painting. But apparently the man hid a drug and alcohol problem from his then girlfriend. Wow. Wow. I'm just thinking like, honey. Oh, honey. Like, honey. Like, ain't no one gonna believe that bullshit. Like, you can believe bullshit, but then there's bullshit. Oh yeah, the fucking rocker that hangs out with Ozzy Osbourne and every other rock and metal band known under the sun apparently would never use drugs. Nah. I'm sorry. Nah. I don't buy it. No one's that stupid. I mean, come on. Come on. Come on. I know she's from Hollywood, but come on. Ain't no one that stupid. I mean, people in Hollywood are pretty fucking stupid, but no one's that stupid. The follow is Back for Blood pre-alpha gameplay. Didn't Ozzy bite a bat's head off and spit it into the crowd? Yes. Yes, he did. And the guy snorts so much cocaine that he can't even form a coherent sentence. Is anyone here surprised that Ozzy Osbourne does drugs? Is anyone here honestly surprised that Ozzy was once so fucked up on coke that he ended up sleeping with the housekeeper? And when his wife walked in on him with his housekeeper in their bed, he claimed to think it was actually her. Which is why now all the housekeepers in Ozzy's mansion are men. And it's apparently never happened again. You gotta give credit to Shannon Osbourne. She fucking runs a tight ship. Like, her family's fucked up, but she knew how to monopolize that shit. You know, she's like Kim Kardashian, only without being, you know, how her career started by accidentally leaking a sex tape. I mean, just saying. Like, oh, I just so happened to go to a hotel room with some famous person and convince him to film a sex tape, which then was accidentally left there, accidentally, and then whoever found the accidental sex tape didn't sell it to a drama news network for $1 million, but instead uploaded it for free on the internet for mass publicity. Oh yeah, because that makes perfect sense. Honey, you a slut, and we all know it. By the way, in real life, my god, like, there's land whales, and there's the abomination that is that. The thing in the magazines, you know how everyone has a good angle or a good photo? Well, the photos of her that actually make it are like 1 out of 10,000 photos that have been taken and then fixed up with Photoshop. And even then, she looks like a creature from the depths of... You know how the Joker in the original theory, like in the original story, he was like the Red Hood that ended up dropping into a bunch of like chemical, you know, silos, and that's why his hair's a weird color and his skin is bleached. Well, Kim Kardashian looks like she literally fell like in liquid plastic and it got injected on the insides of her body in odd places like bubble wrap. You know, it's like bubble wrap here, bubble wrap here on her ass. That shit ain't attractive. That shit's fucked up. But anyway, what do I know about what is or isn't attractive? I'm just a guy. You know, what would I know about attractiveness? I mean, have you seen that family pre-plastic surgery? I mean, I see that family post-plastic surgery and I think, ugh. But pre-plastic surgery? Jesus Christ. Like, oh my god. Please don't contribute to the goddamn gene pool. Ugh. Anyways. Oh wait, sorry. We're watching Back for Blood. Sorry, I can't go one stream without taking a shot at Kim Kardashian.
Not one for speeches, so how about we just go kill some Rick?
Nice pep talk.
Ah, damn! Here we go! Watch out! I got a bullet for you! And you! And you!
Oh shit! What? How did it blow up from a few bullets? Is someone using a rocket launcher or something? Oh what? The grenade doesn't blow it up, but bullets do.
Cover me, reloading! Thanks, Holly!
Need to finish them off and fast.
What the fuck is this? Resident Evil?
Do these guys ever take a vacation?
Are these zombies or demons?
Please just die already! Evangela, watch out!
The thing that confuses the shit out of me in this trailer is that on multiple occasions you see them doing the stupidest shit. Like throwing a Molotov cocktail in a group of like demon zombies, good, but then jumping into that very same group of demon zombies that you've just like thrown a Molotov cocktail into. Or using a shotgun at long range. That's not how buckshot works! But what would I know about guns, right? It looks like they've taken Call of Duty and that game, that sandbox game on Steam where there's like zombies and stuff, and put it together. And it's basically like Call of Duty Battle Royale, but instead of killing other people, you're killing a bunch of AI zombies. That's basically what it is. Go around, scavenge, shoot shit, you know, make fun of people's mothers, basically. In a nutshell, that's what it looks like. Don't get me wrong, I've thought about a game like this for a while and how fun it would be to play with people. Like, you know, they're stuck on a rooftop and there's so many zombies and they're running out of ammo and you got to shoot them from the other rooftop, you know, to help the guy or buy them time. Like, Resident Evil style FPS on a scale like Battle Royale size map with good FPS graphics like Call of Duty and good hitboxes and everything, right? That would be freaking amazing as a zombie game. I would totally play that with people. That would be amazing to play as co-op. But I don't want it to be too unrealistic. I want it to be like, okay, well, if I throw a grenade at them, obviously you don't want to be in the vicinity of the grenade, right? And you want the weapons to sort of function the way they should. It adds to the immersion, it adds to the fun, and it sort of adds to the strategy of, okay, well, if I'm taking out zombies at a range, a rifle will be a lot better than, say, a freaking shotgun. Or, you know, if I'm in close quarters with tight corners, I want a shotgun handy, you know? Or, like, you know what I mean? I like that sort of shit. So I would really like something like that. That being said, they said pre-alpha gameplay. I'm not... You're asking for realism in the zombie game. That's the beauty, right? I want everything except the zombies to be realistic. That's the fantasy, right? Zombies happen tomorrow. The same rules of our world apply. Gravity still applies. You know, momentum applies. All that shit still applies. There's just zombies. That's the dream. That's the fantasy. That at least for me. I don't know what you guys are into. I bet a few of you guys are into looting zombies, if I'm not freaking mistaken. Like, bloody giving them cat ears and big boobs and tails. Like, it wouldn't surprise me at this point. Like, I know some of you guys. You guys will loot anything. Like, you guys would freaking loot the PlayStation 5 controller if I gave you guys 5 minutes with it. I'm sometimes getting worried about you guys. Alright, Endless Dungeon. Is it like the never-ending story? Are they going to get sued? Loud as shit!
Are you dreaming? Or are you living? Been walking these same days, dying this same death again and again. Prisoner of isolation.
It's Zero! He's gained some weight.
An endless fever haunting you. Someday we'll be free again. Someday we'll be free again. Someday we'll be free again.
This feels like Overwatch as a point-and-click adventure. I didn't really ignore the comments. I was reading them. I forgot to read them out loud. Especially that you were describing Left 4 Dead and realism in my zombie game. I agree, that would be pretty neat, but, you know. Do we have your permission to loot your controller? God, no. Knowing you guys, you're probably already trying to loot my Cyberpunk 2077 character. Which I do admit, she's not that bad, right? I think I've created her pretty well. Not too much makeup, but just enough to, you know, bring out the eyes, and the hairstyle's cool, and like her attitude. I'm surprised they didn't let me, like, customize the size of her butt. But I guess, you know, that saved me a demonetization. One of zombies and demons. This gives me Left 4 Dead vibes. It's a spiritual successor. I haven't actually played Left 4 Dead. Alright, next up is the next Dragon Age official trailer. I'm hoping it's like a sequel to Dragon Age, because the other thing I know about Dragon Age is when I was over at a mate's place and I saw him crafting cooking, and it was literally a bunch of bloody cats actually cooking the meal. I was so engrossed as to how cute it looked watching cats cook. It was freaking amazing.
I've faced tyrants and would-be gods. Seen friends lose life and limb. But there's always someone bent on breaking the world.
Oh, BioWare!
It's time for a new hero. No magic hand. No ancient prophecy. The kind of person they'll never see coming. We've got your back. I've got your back. Demons, dragons, darkspawn. Even the Dreadwolf. This is your story.
It's Dragon Age 4? Ah, it's a sequel. So I'm guessing, is that a little bit like Final Fantasy in that every Dragon Age is set in its own little world? Because that would be interesting. Well, I think that was an option if you didn't turn on the censorship. Yeah, but like, they could have still given me the option, you know, to customize the butt without making me look at the raw butt. You get what I mean? Like, I turned it off because I didn't want to do the genital thing, but you could still modify the size of someone's butt without having to look at the raw butt. You get me, right? But anyway, what do I know? I just like, what do I know about butts? I'm a butt and tits kind of guy. What do I know? What do I know? All right, Fist Forged in Shadow. I'm sorry, I just saw this. What the fuck? What the fuck? What is the Star Fox 2.0? Oh my god, it is!
Threat. You'd better think twice before you hand it to them.
Ooh, Final Fantasy 70. Alright, that's cool. It sort of makes sense to make a game like this in 2D. It really simplifies the combat mechanics. And also makes your life a lot easier when you're doing the scenario in the background. If Doomfist was a bunny, effectively. It makes your life a lot easier with the terrain. You only have to add the detailing from one perspective. You don't have to make it completely 3D. You're kind of making it 2.5D in that it looks 3D from a certain perspective. Apart from that, it's not really 3D. Would I personally play a 2D game like this? Not really. Unless it was like heavy story and funny. You know what I mean? Which is why I kind of played South Park, The Stick of Truth and The Fractured Butthole. But if I did something like this for raw combat, I'd be like, nah. Like, games like this would have been really popular back in the 90s. 2020? Nah. I feel like people are going a little bit for a nostalgic feel. All right. Crimson Desert. Ah, they let you customize your genital. Yeah, I did. I can't be effed. Why on earth would I want to do that? Like, it's like, oh, you could do it for a female character. I get it. You could customize the female character. I mean, sure. But do I really want to? Like, you know what I mean? Do I really want to? Is that the type of game that I'm playing? Because for me, it's not. For me, it'd be fun. It's like, oh, you have relationships in the game. So I was like, oh, that's funny. I literally, like, I don't need a sex minigame. I don't need a sex minigame, alright? I don't. Alright, Crimson Desert, let's do it. Actually, game footage and gameplay. Work in progress. Yeah! Always love to see that. Sexy. Sexy. So far, so good. Oh, yes, castles. I love that. I love that. I love that. Towns, okay. So what kind of game is this? Is this like an RTS? Okay, okay. Nice water detailing too. Okay, okay. Now you're just showing off. What kind of game is this? Vikings? No? Yes? No? Damn, that's a lot of particles. Looks kind of like an orc. Was that a Norse rune? You can see that the frames are a little bit... This has potential to be something special. It's very different. At the beginning, it felt like, okay, they've got all this scenery. Cool. They're going for a gigantic environment. Nice. Okay, the combat's... he's tackling, he's kicking, he's throwing, he's doing that sort of thing. It kind of feels like it has a giant world. That's its main selling point. The combat is not as slick as some other games. So, like, you know, they're doing their best. And then they start putting, oh, we've got, like, different classes of people. Like, you know, the guy that's using the sword and the shield. The guys that are using the axe. You know, someone that's using a bow and arrow. It's like, okay, well, I'm getting a little bit of the Lord of the Rings vibes back on PlayStation 2 when those movies were relevant. And then they start showcasing the weird stuff. Okay, we're climbing. We're dueling. We're riding a freaking dragon. Okay, there's magic now. Okay, you go through this gate. Things are getting very Assassin's Creedy. And it's like, okay, what the fuck is this? And then it starts sort of, you know, and then it hits you back that this is pre-alpha. And you're like, hang on a fucking minute. I've seen pre-alpha, I've seen alpha before, and then I've seen the beta, and then I've seen, you know, the finished product. I'm like, hang on, this has some potential. This has some freaking potential. Winter 2021, I don't know what month that is, but this is definitely one of those games that I would be interested to keep an eye on. Because it's different. It's putting in a lot of things. And it's very rare for a game to ace aerial combat. Like when they showcased the dragon, I was like, oh, you get to kill a dragon. And then he's on the frickin' dragon. I'm like, if they can ace both aerial and ground combat, it would make the game amazing. If the ground combat is something, and that at some freaking point, you get a goddamn dragon, and then all that ground combat that was kicking your butt the entire game becomes bread and butter, and then you can assault castles and sieges and raids and all this, then you're just, you know what I mean? You've just opened a whole new world to a massive environment. It looks stunning, by the way. A massive environment. There's so much you can do with that. And we haven't even touched any story whatsoever. We've just seen fragments of different things. Game of Thrones game. Well, it could be like, you know, it's very Norse mythology-y. I wouldn't be against a Game of Thrones style game as long as it has a good story and combat and gameplay to back it up. I would never be against it. I personally loved the first 2-3 seasons of Game of Thrones. The first 2 seasons of Game of Thrones were absolutely phenomenal in my opinion. I watched every episode week by week as they were coming out, and I was loving it. So if a game came out with that much punch, with music and gameplay and an environment to back it up, hell yeah, I would play it. Maybe the trailer is foreshadowing the pace of the game. Possibly. Or maybe they didn't want to throw everything at me in the first minute. They wanted to let me sort of digest it slowly. And I think it's well made. It's definitely piqued my interest. It got my interest. You have my interest. The story seems like King Arthur with the lightning sword. King Arthur had a lightning sword? I thought it would have been like the lightning sword of Odin or something from Thor or something. Because he's fighting someone that's throwing lightning spears at one point. I would think that might be Thor. I don't know. Medal of Honor. Above and Beyond. What the F is this? Oh boy. Oh boy. Get all the latest news? IGN? Oh, okay, IGN. Cool. Medal of Honor, Above and Beyond. It's giving you Assassin's Creed vibes and Ghost of Tsushima vibes. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima has definitely opened a lot of doors. If to make a Ghost of Tsushima style game with that sort of environment, with similar storytelling, it would be phenomenal. The IP behind Ghost of Tsushima, if they can make that style of storytelling, environment, game, and combat, and then incorporate different historic periods, I reckon it will be bigger than Assassin's Creed. Because what Assassin's Creed did was it took us to different historical times. But in the first few Assassin's Creed games which I did play, they always had that hook back to present day reality, using the past to tell the story of the present. However, games like Ghost of Tsushima quite literally tell stories of the past. And that way you can keep the story arcs completely separate and you get a bit of creative freedom, which I reckon would be awesome, because if it was... Honestly, if Ghost of Tsushima becomes Assassin's Creed without the present day stuff, it will dominate. It will dominate, because I'm sure people would love a story around the time periods that Assassin's Creed has already visited. You know, the times of the Crusades, the Renaissance, what was the other time periods? God, I suck with history. But you know what I mean, right? People would absolutely love to play games set in those time periods that's somewhat historically accurate. You know, you get a bit of freedom, but somewhat historically accurate, with beautiful scenery, beautiful maps, the cities, the music, the story, the language, the culture, all of that. It'd be amazing. I'd play it. It'd be fucking sweet. I'd play even time periods that I'm not even interested in, just to experience it. That's just me. There's a lot of potential in games. There's a lot of potential in games. Like, last year I was in a meeting, and it was a couple of banks, a couple of big IT companies, Microsoft and all that stuff. And this gentleman started up a company here in Australia, and they were leveraging virtual reality, VR technology, to effectively teach Indigenous kids about the Dreamtime. The Dreamtime being, I don't want to say religion, but sort of their belief in how the world was formed and the stories from their elders. So instead of elders passing on the stories to kids verbally, you know, around a campfire, it can be digitally passed down using VR. It can be experienced like an interactive simulation, like a game, basically. And I'm like, holy shit. I'd love that. How about instead of studying history through a book or watching a documentary, you live through it in a VR simulation? What if instead of watching, you know, I don't know, World War I break out and read the history books and the assassination of the Archduke and all that stuff, you experience a slice of it in virtual reality? Or instead of reading about the trenches and everything, you actually experience it and get a taste of the horrors of war. It would be a game changer. Education would actually become fun. And then hopefully people wouldn't be so keen to go to war. You know? So instead of oral legends, it's now digital legends. Interesting. Yeah, well, we've had the transition from auditory to video. Well, it went from, like, speech to text to video, and now it's game interactive, and it was interactive video, and then it goes into the virtual. And then the next step after the virtual is the purely digital, where you literally just upload it into your brain. But it's the gradual technological transition. It makes sense. Because you're not relying on a retelling of a retelling of a retelling of a retelling. You're keeping the record, except it's not only text or video, it's actual environmental in virtual reality. And we can do that today. I mean, we do it with video games. Why can't we do it with history and religion and stories and education? It's called gamification. They make work fun. While people can learn from past mistakes, experiencing them is a whole new story. It's true. It's true. But the more senses that you're able to engage, the more likely you are to leave that impression and impact. Which is why movies and music are sometimes a lot more hard-hitting than someone just telling you a story. Because you're engaging a lot more senses. Same thing with movies and video games. You get a certain level of engrossment. I feel that VR would be that next step, because it further disconnects you from reality. We can really get engrossed playing games and watching movies, you know. We don't even see the background of the screen anymore. But imagine if you're in the whole virtual environment and your other senses are also being stimulated. Your touch, your sight, your hearing, you know. What about, what if they start actually creating smell, you know? Like, fuck, you know, it's a whole new world, man. It's just... It's gonna happen. I could see people trying to manipulate it to fit their narrative. You mean like social media, YouTube, and what's going on now with the internet? I mean, people have manipulated information since the beginning of time to fit their narrative. I mean, back in the day, religion and confession used to be an information network, right? Secret police, and then it was propaganda through news, and then it was radio, and then it was television. Now it's internet. It's always been censored and manipulated to fit a narrative. That's nothing new. The internet is one of the last safe havens of free speech that we have, and it's currently under attack. And it's been under attack for a while. It's already people manipulating information to fit their narrative. It's been happening for a while. They've got the two neural networks hooked up at Google, developing profile for everyone's browsing habits. How long before they start classifying people based on that and putting them into categories like the systems they have throughout the people's diplomatic elected country of China, you know, where if you're suspected of being a political dissident, you can't so much as get a bank loan or apply for, you can't own property, or your accounts can be seized. I mean, it's already happening. It's already happening. Imagine being in virtual reality and mid tragic story you get Raid Shadow Legends at. Oh yeah, man. Fuck me. I'm actually shocked by how many big tier content creators are basically selling out. It's like, yeah, I will endorse this game that I've never played before because I need monies. And I'm just like, my God. I mean, I get it, but at least endorse a game that you actually had fun playing instead of something you've never actually played. But anyway, what do I know? What do I know about morals and integrity and self-worth? Alright, Medal of Honor, Above and Beyond. This looks old school style graphics. Oh, Oculus.
Well,
yeah.
Shit. How bad have things gotten?
The German occupation has turned every neighbor into a possible enemy.
We need more resistance members, but that's much easier said than done.
Drop your weapons. Make any move and we shoot.
Please tell me you brought bazookas.
Oof.
Boom.
The fuck?
Okay. That's a piece of shrapnel.
We had to report for the draft.
It was something we had to do.
Connaissez deux personnes, c'est une de trop.
You want to hear the rest of the story?
We all know it's going to be a tough job ahead,
Where's my sister?
but it's good for us to be together. That's all we can ask for.
How much you want to bet they're going to abridge history and modify it to fit the 2020 political correctness narrative instead of actually telling what happened? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm all for, you know, political correctness, but if you're telling a story of something particularly in history, you should keep the context as it is, because it's important to show how things were as opposed to how you want them to be. And as soon as they say Oculus, I'm like, well, Zuckerberg, I don't want to touch it because Facebook. And it's like, I heard something like, if you don't use a Facebook profile, your Oculus doesn't work or some shit like that. I'm not giving Zuckerberg any of my data. Like, fuck him. He is, oh my God, don't even get me started on that. Just look up stuff. Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, not touching Oculus with a 10-foot pole. Just, I'm putting it that way. I'm putting it that way. I'm just putting it that way. It's funny that we were talking about experiencing history through VR, and then we watch this, which is history on VR. There it is, a possible example of your idea. Exactly. Exactly. As long as they do it properly and unabridged. Though I would not touch anything that's owned by Zuckerberg. Simple as that. Simple as that. That guy would sell a human soul or another person's life for a packet of peanuts. The only thing that bothers me with the graphics is the eyes. Yeah, they look soulless. We can never create perfect eyes in characters. They always lack that soul. I mean, just look at Zuckerberg. Clearly, no soul. Alright, Ruined King, a League of Legends trailer. What? Oh, shit!
Cutthroats. Spirits. Monsters. When you live in Bilgewater, you see some things.
Let's start the party.
The Queen of Bilgewater, looking to bring order to this twisted town.
And stay down.
The priestess of the Great Kraken, unmoved by fear.
This is destiny.
The legend, whose strength is only eclipsed by his kindness.
Feel better now.
The terror from the deep, who preys upon the living. You won't feel a thing ever again. The dishonored swordsman fleeing from his past like the wind. And a nine-tailed fox who devours the essence of her victims.
Delicious.
I see no fortune for those standing in their way.
Can't match my blade.
Can't help but wonder what brought them together. Nothing good, I reckon.
I'm sorry, but as soon as you put Ahri in a game, that's an instant win from me. I mean, I only ever tried playing League of Legends because of Ahri. I was like, okay, sure, I'll try it. And then as soon as I unlocked her, I just started maining her from like day 20 or something. I was playing Ashe to unlock Ahri, and then I unlocked Ahri, and then just fucking play Ahri. I actually competed in a university tournament against people that were like Platinum and Challenger and whatnot. And if I played with Ahri, I could sort of at least tie with them. But if I play any other character, I'm fucked. That's how much I've played Ahri. It's so funny. You demand some Ahri death sounds. Okay. Ahri death sound. Oh, there's a Korean version? Nani? Okay, seriously, like, my god. That, like, there's faking it, and then there's that. Speaking of which, it says Korean Ahri death sounds in slow motion. I don't want them in slow motion. I now want to hear the Korean version. I don't even know why I'm doing this. Why is it in slow motion? I don't want slow motion. I want all languages. No repeats. Ahri death in all languages, 5.5 minutes. This video is age restricted and only available on YouTube. Oh wow, I wonder why. Ahri Russian death sound. What? No, I clicked it. No, Russian Ahri. Russian Ahri. Russian Ahri. Ruska Ahri. I have to hear this, I'm sorry.
какие мы хитрые. Игры кончились, теперь они мои. Поздно молить о пощаде. Развлечемся по-настоящему. Никто не встанет на моем пути, они уже не нужны. Хочешь играть со мной? Сначала выучи правила игры. Мерзни, мерзни, волчий хвост. Приступим, побалуй меня. Как заманчиво. Не сдерживайся, расскажи мне секрет. Ты ведь мне доверяешь? Чего ты желаешь? Ха! 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 Хэ! Я могу участить твой пульс или остановить его.
Let's not play Russian League of Legends. Fucking hell. It sounds like a Russian hooker. Seriously. You do know that there are 7 million more Russian women in the world than Russian men. Therefore, Russian women go internationally seeking husbands. You could pick up a model in Russia, like the equivalent of what looks like a model in the Western world in Russia as an average girl. And even she would struggle to find a partner. I recommend listening to Spirit Blossom Ahri's line. The voice Laura Post uses is very similar. Ah, yes. 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 We would, let's do that sometime when we're actually doing Persona. It seems relevant. Would you go for Russian Ahri if you didn't have Hachan? No, I don't go for Slavic women anymore. I've learnt my lesson. Alright, Humankind. Official trailer. Copyright, copyright a strike. Here comes a copyright.
Lucy Adam was born about 9,000 years before our time. In the year 515, after having federated the African continent, she set out to conquer Rome. It was on witnessing the consequences of this terrible battle that she decided to impose upon her people a strictly vegetarian diet. And it's in 1082, following the unexplained death of the king, that she was crowned Empress of Spain. It's in fact to celebrate this event that rock and roll was invented. In 1789, allied with the valiant Japanese, she discovered the real Indies, which had fallen into the hands of the bloody French. This was followed by the Great Devastation, a 100-year war that Lucy Adam ended before beginning the Great Reconstruction and establishing a lasting peace by banishing all forms of currency and violence, as well as the use of selfie sticks in museums. Hey, Lucy, are you with us? Okay, so for next week, don't forget your essay on the cultural stereotypes of the great civilizations that have marked history. How far will you push humankind?
You know what was funny? I was about to say this is what would happen if SJWs retell history. Exactly this. They will abridge it to the point that it's like, guys, that's not what happened. Guys, that's not what happened. Oh my god, that is not what happened! This is why SJW should not be allowed near anything at all, really. I mean, while we're here, Ahri, Spirit, Blossom, Lines. I mean, we might as well. It's on the subject. Ahri, no, that's the Spotlight video. Special interactions? The fuck?
Yone! Don't worry, I think you're just as cool as your little brother.
What the fuck? That does sound like Asumi.
Cassiopeia, the temptress, without the charm.
That literally is just using Kasumi's voice.
Whoa, Lamb, play with me. Can Lilia come out to play?
That is literally just Kasumi's voice.
Riven, how much of you is lost to that blade? Timu, you're so cute. No idea why the others find you so annoying.
Kill him now!
Greetings, Thresh. Count your spirits lately? Careful, Vayne. Pretend hunters get real fangs. Hello, Yasuo. Did you ever figure out a leaf's purpose? Got your tail. Farewell, Wolf, Lamb. Let's play again soon. I hope you find peace this time, Lilia. You'll never catch me dragging that sword around. Sorry, Timo. I'm much better at hide and seek. You've reached your threshold. You need claws to hunt, Vayne. Death is like the wind. I accept your surrender, Yone.
Okay, now I want the skin.
Don't worry. I'm here for the next part, too. I know it's hard to let go. I hope you're happy now. You've earned your rest.
I want this skin!
It's time for you to go. Get in touch with your spiritual side.
The sass!
That was fun. Thanks for playing.
I want!
What else can I chase? You'll have more fun in your afterlife. Go and wander a while. When all goes dark, you'll see a fox. Follow it.
So bad.
One more soul to greet. All you've got to do next is forget. Snakes! Gross! Wake up, Lilia! Your chains are illusion, Thresh. Hasagi! Which brother are you again?
Slut!
I really enjoy my work. Most don't forget their sense of humor. Unless you never had one. Ooh, ferocious. Hey, another spirit. Meet any interesting mortals lately? Me neither.
What on earth is a spirit blossom?
Careful. If you see a light out there, don't follow it. Oh, I'm here early. Usually I don't show up until after someone dies. Everything finds its way to the spirit realm eventually. Our opponents seem eager to get there quickly. Hello everyone, I'm Ahri. I'll be your guide to the afterlife.
So threatening, I love it.
Well, we're here. Might as well have some fun. Who's up for a spirited chase? Didn't need a guide for that one.
Oh my god, I love that.
I got caught up in the chase.
Oh my god, I love that.
Like chasing your own tails.
So adorable, I love foxes.
Oh.
I can't wait to show you guys Thor. He looks like a
Souls
fox.
may forget they've ever lived. Obsession begins when they forget they've died. Mortals see death as a patient hunter, but it's not after then. The spirit realm is so quiet. This is a nice change of pace. Mortals never stop running around, and they're so serious about it. Spirits wear masks, but they can't always take them off. The forest goes on forever. It only stops when you do. What's so good about life? You just forget it all. Every spirit forgets itself eventually, but I'm always on their horizon. Lingering spirits lose themselves, but me, I never get lost.
Wow. Damn, that's... I have a few Ahri skins, and they don't have nearly as much quality as this one, in that it has so many unique voice lines. Fucking hell, I want this skin now. I want it! I want... Scarlet Nexus time. Scarlet Nexus time.
The virtual brain link cable will now be connected. This will hurt much more than it did in training. Be strong.
Beginning SAS cable connection.
Matrix?
Good. Seems like you're okay.
This must be a mobile game.
Connect your minds and become one. Use the red strings to save the world.
Don't underestimate me.
Don't bother resisting. I will obtain the red strings.
I wouldn't let that happen.
Okay, she just threw a literal bus.
Focus.
It's practically a anime at this point. It looks like a mobile game it just follows anime sort of anime stuff. It so does, doesn't it? It just looks like an anime plot, honestly. Like a 12 or 24 episode anime plot like Sword Art Online. That's basically what they're going for. And in the end, the guy gets the girl and is so overpowered that he defeats everyone single-handedly and everyone goes, "Yay! I'm so powerful!" And I'm just like, well, fuck. That's why I kind of got sick of these anime. Where's the consequence? Where's the loss? Where's the struggle? Where's the weight? You're just so fucking OP. You didn't even have a training montage. Even Ichigo had a training montage. Come on. Training montage. Oh, man. Oh, man. So much fun. I think this is all the trailers for the Game Awards 2020. We should take a 3-4 minute break and then get started with Cyberpunk 2077. So, if anyone has a song request, I'm more than happy to play it now during our break. And then we'll restart the stream and play some Cyberpunk. First in, first served. What is the song request? Go, 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 go. Come on. Song request, or I'm just going to play a League of Legends song. The helper in me wants to stop all pain and struggle. Okay. League of Legends it is. What about the Smash trailer? Oh, good point. You guys said play the Smash trailer and stop at the thingy. Stop at the thingy. You are absolutely right. I skipped it, so I guess it's lucky last. I'll stop it at the thingy. All right, Super Smash Bros. Super Smash Bros. I'll stop it at the thingy, and then I'll play. A League of Legends thing for you guys. I have a song in mind. All right, let's do it. The final trailer. I'm getting used to that. Not actual gameplay footage. Hey, look, it's Mario's daughter. What is that bullshittery? Why are there so many hands? I thought it was supposed to be only 2. The fuck? I guess it didn't even need the subtitles. That is a lot of goddamn range he's gonna have with that blade. What is the whole thing with the one wing? I still don't get it. How can he fly with one wing? Like, my OCD is just losing itself here. Ooh! Mario got fucked. Are they even allowed to kill characters? Oh, okay. Mario just goes flying. Damn, he's so mobile. I'm basically told to stop at the title. I'm basically told to stop at the title. That's what I've been told, because I've only played Final Fantasy VII Remake and that's it. So I've stopped at the title! Honestly, they need Dante and Virgil in Smash for so many reasons. But if you needed another reason, Virgil vs. Sephiroth. Why? If you don't know why, I'd just, like, get the fuck out, right? Because he's got a giant katana, he's very mobile, he's an arrogant son of a bitch, he has his own theme song, and he kicks everyone's butt. Oh wait, are we talking about Sephiroth or Virgil here? I don't know. Let them fight. Let them fight. Come on, Japan, you know you want it. Come on, just think of all that money you'd be milking. Just think of all the money you're milking, Japan. Just think of it. You'd literally grab the entire Western audience by the tits and milk them. They'd buy both Sephiroth and Virgil. Think of the profits. Think of the profits. And it's not like you could tell me, oh, we're not in cahoots with fucking Capcom. You've got Bayonetta in there. I mean, it's not a stretch to get goddamn Dante in there. That was fun. Now, where's Sora? I mean, does anyone even care about Sora? I don't. Well, there's a death battle between Virgil and Sephiroth. Is that pre-DMC5 Virgil? Because DMC5 Virgil got a huge power boost. Huge power boost. He quadrupled his fighting capability. So if it's pre-DMC5, like, it doesn't even count. Sephiroth is a Kingdom Hearts secret boss. Oh no, we tried him out in Kingdom... Oh, pre-DMC5? Then forget about it. Post-DMC5 Virgil is just fucking broken. He's got Sparta levels of power.